This tutorial is for 3rd grade, Module 2, Lesson 15a. In this lesson, we're going to use expanded form to solve addition problems and word problems. The first directions say use expanded form to find the sums below. If I look at my first problem, I have 231 plus 346. I'm going to write each number in expanded form before I find the sum. So 231 can be written as 230 and 1. I've taken each digit from the number and I've written it according to its place value. I'm going to make columns to separate those numbers. I'll do the same thing for the next addend. I have 346, which equals 300 plus 40 plus 6. Now that I have the two numbers written in expanded form, I'm going to add the numbers according to their place value. So I'll start by adding my ones. I have 1 plus 6 is 7. Then I have 30 and 40. I get 70. 200 plus 300 is 500. Now I'll take those three numbers and combine them. Right now my answer is in expanded form. Well, I'm going to combine them to put them in standard form. So 500 plus 70 plus 7 equals 577. So that's my sum. The expanded form addition helps emphasize the point that when we're adding numbers, we add like place values, meaning I add my ones to my ones, my tens to my tens, my hundreds to my hundreds. Let's give another example here with problem B. I have 543. I'll start the same way. 543 is equal to 500 and 40 and 3. I'll separate those with columns. Now I'll show 241. 241 is 200 and 40 and 1. Now I'll add my like place values. I'll add my ones place. 3 plus 1 is 4. 40 plus 40 is 80. 500 plus 200 is 700. Now combine those three answers, 700, 80, and 4 equals 784. Now we'll use expanded form to help us solve this word problem. It says Lana and Jen bought a small bag of popcorn and a pretzel at the movie theater. The pretzel weighed 63 grams more than the popcorn. Use the tape diagram to find the weight of the pretzel. I'm going to start by writing an answer statement so I know what my final goal is, and that's to find the weight of the pretzel. So I'll say the pretzel weighs blank grams. Now we're going to use a tape diagram. So we see that the popcorn weighs 44 grams. I'm going to show that in my tape diagram first. So I'll say popcorn, and I'll draw a tape showing that is 44 grams. Next, let's look at the pretzel. Well, we don't know the weight of the pretzel. We do know it is 63 grams more than the popcorn. That means for the tape, if the pretzel and the popcorn were the same size, their tape would be the same length. But since the pretzel is 63 grams more than the popcorn, I'm going to make it longer. Again, if they were the same size, they would both be 44 grams. But I have to put the amount that's more than the popcorn, or the greater part of the tape, and that is 63 grams. In order to answer my question, I just need to combine those two numbers, 44 grams and 63 grams, or 44 plus 63. Again, we're going to show that with expanded form addition. 44 is 40 and 4. 63 is 60 and 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. 40 plus 60 is 100. I'll combine those two answers to get 107. That means that the pretzel weighs 107 grams. Let's look at another question. This one says it takes Greg 15 minutes to mow the front lawn. It takes him 17 more minutes to mow the back lawn than the front lawn. What is the total amount of time Greg spends mowing the lawns? Solve using a tape diagram. Again, I'll start by writing an answer statement. So we want to know the total amount of time it takes to mow both lawns. I will say, in all, it takes Greg blank minutes to mow both lawns. Now let's look at what we know. We know it takes him 15 minutes to mow the front lawn. I'll start my tape diagram with that. So we have front, and I'll draw a tape showing 15 minutes. Now we don't know how long it takes to mow the back lawn. All we know is that it's 17 more minutes than the front lawn. So for the back lawn, I'm going to start my tape. Now if they were the same amount of time, the tapes would be the same. But the back lawn takes 17 more minutes. So I'm going to extend that tape, and I'll show that extra amount as being 17 minutes. So you can see how the back lawn takes 17 minutes more than the front lawn. And again, if the two were the same, they would both take 15 minutes. Now, in order to figure out the answer to my final question, I would have to combine both of these. Now, let's figure out the back lawn total before we do that. I have 15 minutes and 17 minutes. I'm going to add 15 plus 17 using expanded form addition. 15 is 10 and 5. 17 is 10 and 7. 5 and 7 is 12. 10 and 10 is 20. I can combine those two answers for an answer of 32. That means it takes 32 minutes to mow the back lawn. Now let's find the total amount of time. And again, we'll use expanded form addition. So I have 15 minutes for the front lawn and 32 minutes for the back lawn. 15 is 10 and 5. 32 is 30 and 2. 5 and 2 is 7. 10 and 30 is 40. 40 and 7 is 47. That means in all, it takes Greg 47 minutes to mow both lawns.